Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into something really interesting from Pastor Chris's Rhapsody of Realities, specifically the devotional from May 3rd. It talks about believers being, quote, associates of the God kind.
That's right. A very striking phrase.
Yeah, it really is. So our mission today is to unpack that. What does it actually mean, according to this text, to be called gods or sons of God? And, what are the implications for you listening?
Well, it's fascinating because the devotional jumps right into Scripture, starting with Psalm 82, verse 6,
Okay.
which says, "Ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High." And significantly, Jesus herself quotes this in John 10:34.
Right, ye are gods. I mean, that sounds pretty intense. Why is it so important that Jesus referenced that specific verse?
Well, I think him echoing that Old Testament line really gives it weight, doesn't it? It shows it wasn't just some throwaway line, but something fundamental he affirmed about our potential identity in relation to God.
Okay, identity. And the sons of God idea seems really central, too. The devotional brings up John 1:12.
Yes, but as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God.
Even to them that believe on his name.
So the key actions there are receiving and believing. Is that the condition?
Exactly. It frames it as an active thing. This belief, this receiving of Jesus, isn't just mental agreement. It's presented as the actual mechanism, the power, by which someone becomes a son of God.
The power to become.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Then there's 1 John 3:1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. That really puts the focus on God's action, doesn't it? The Father's love.
Absolutely. It highlights that this status, being called God's sons, isn't something achieved or deserved on our part. It's portrayed purely as a gift, flowing directly from the Father's incredible love. It's about his initiative in adopting us.
A bestowal, a gift. Okay, so and Galatians chapter 4 seems to build right on that. It does. Verses 6 and 7 say, "And because ye are sons, God hath sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father."
Abba, Father. That sounds very intimate.
Extremely. It signifies that close personal relationship. And it continues, "Wherefore thou art no more a servant, but a son, and if a son, then an heir of God through Christ."
Wow, so that's a complete shift from servant to son to heir.
Precisely. It's a radical change in relationship status, moving from, say, distance and duty to closeness and inheritance. And the Spirit within us is presented as the evidence, the confirmation of that intimacy.
Right, the confirmation. Okay, then the devotional also points to 2 Peter 1:4, which talks about partaking in the divine nature. What does that actually mean in practical terms? Are we talking about becoming divine?
Well, that's where clarification is key, and the devotional touches on this too. Partaking in the divine nature, based on the context of promises, seems to mean sharing in God's character and moral qualities like his love, goodness, righteousness through his power working in us.
Okay, so sharing characteristics, not becoming.
Yeah.
God himself.
Exactly. Think of it more like reflecting the family resemblance, if you will. We carry his nature, but we don't become the Father.
And the text is very clear, isn't it, that this doesn't make us equal with God. He's still Lord and King.
Absolutely crucial distinction, yes. While we're called associates and sharer in this divine nature, God's ultimate sovereignty, his unique position as the almighty creator and Lord, remains completely unchallenged. That's non-negotiable in the text.
Okay, that's a really important balance. So putting it all together, the practical takeaway seems to be this idea that believers are meant to be carriers and conveyors of the God life. What might that look like day to day for someone?
Well, it suggests that our lives, our actions, our words should essentially be channels for God's own life and character to flow through into the world. It's about living out that divine connection, demonstrating that love, that grace, that truth in our everyday interactions. Not perfectly, of course, but as a direction, a reality.
Right, so living in a way that reflects that connection we've been given. Okay, so to sum up this deep dive, Pastor Chris's devotional uses scripture to paint this picture of believers as associates of the God kind, called gods and sons, partaking in the divine nature through faith in Jesus.
But always under the ultimate lordship and authority of God. It's a high calling, grounded in his love and gift.
Definitely a high calling. So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. If you embrace this idea of truly being an associate of the God kind, partaking in his nature, carrying his life, how might that genuinely change the way you see yourself, your challenges, and your interactions today?
Yeah. What shifts when you view your daily life through that particular lens? It's certainly something profound to reflect on.
For more information on how you can grow spiritually using Rhapsody of Realities, please visit our website, www.rhapsodyofrealities.org, or you can also visit rin.rhapsodyofrealities.org/salvation. Thank you.